It's Lauren again. Today is January the 23rd, 2021 at the time of me making this video, not the date it's posted. Believe it or not, 21 and 23 actually kind of go together. Tip 21, do encourage your ASD loved one to overcome any sensory issues or fears, but take baby steps and use the 3 steps backward and 2 steps forward idea if needed. You don't want to give in to your fear, or if something bothers you, you need to know when to step back and when to stick up about something. I'll go ahead and skip to number 23 because it goes with this one. Encourage the autistic person to achieve his or her goals. Help them to understand that they need to be realistic about everything. There's a million things I could say about this one. Been there, done that. You don't want your kid to be like lazy, but you don't want to like over push them to constantly do stuff. You need to find a balance on that. Responsibility is important. You need to start teaching them independent living skills. You need to start teaching them stuff like, how to do laundry, cooking, basic money management, yitty yitty yitty. You need to, it's a good idea to enforce chores and to encourage good stuff, but don't tell your kid having like sensory issues. I have weird sensory issues. This gives me like this weird feeling to touch a plant leaf, and I still have not been able to overcome that completely. And I'm 39 years old and will be 40 in August of 2021. You are going to need to have days off, and you are going to have days when your child is going to be flaring. That's just something that happens with every illness, autism included. But we cannot push them to get past their limits. If they're having a bad day or something, needs to do what they're able to do to function that day. And if they need a rest, so be it. Teach clients to find their edge when they come to a yoga class. Let's say if they can't do a certain pose for that day, or if they feel like they need to just sit in meditation or go down to child's pose for the rest of the day, or you need to find a modification pose. That's what finding your edge in yoga is all about for each class that you take. And we need to take that approach to dealing with people on the autism spectrum for each child and for each day. There's things that they may not be able to do that day. But that doesn't make them not a part of society. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't get any of the goals that anybody else does because they have to make a modification. Because sometimes if you go over your edge or don't come to your edge, then you're not finding balance in your body or in your mind. I'm going to say this. If your autistic loved one wants to go out and get a job, so be it. Let them do it. Encourage that. Be willing to help them. You think that they're not eligible to do something, you just encourage them to find their edge on stuff. Be willing to stick up for things. So, let's get back up to 22. So, school systems need to be willing to understand each special needs child's goals and be willing to help them to achieve them. Tutors or special education teachers should be willing to work with children on the spectrum at certain times during the school day with homework assignments from regular classes, and be willing to help them get reintegrated into regular classroom settings if they're in special education. I was in special ed from 7th grade all the way through my junior. Believe it or not, I was actually the one that talked to a lot of my teachers about getting reintegrated back into regular classroom settings in 8th grade. At first, one of my special ed teachers in 8th grade, she wanted me to try a regular education history class. We started history first, started gradually asking to go from history up to the other classes except math, because I suck at math. Well, all the way through high school, it was mostly math. I was in special ed, but I was on the lowest level of classes. In school, we had the 3 levels of diploma we had to earn towards, and the lowest level was the general, which I had the general, and then academic and commonwealth were the 2 harder ones. I don't always agree with what they had it for the school systems with special ed back in my day. I didn't really feel like it was integrated toward each kid's special needs. I feel like that each day, sometime during the school day, you need to have a break to when you can go towards and get help for your specific classes. Special ed. I feel like that's the goal of special ed. It shouldn't be to just flow in and like doing things totally different from the other classes, because each kid is different. If they don't have the best grades, still want to get a higher education, help them do it. That's their goal. If they want it, you need to help them to achieve it. You need to help them find their edge, but don't go over it or don't go over it. What I mean by finding your edge on that part is to help them. Make sure that they accomplish that goal, to go to college. Do whatever, but always take breaks. Child is not going to be a neurotypical child. You need to help them to achieve their dreams, but at the same time, finding their edge. I hope that I have explained something important. I'm sure that I'm probably going to make more videos like this. I hope you guys have a good day, and stay safe from this COVID-19. I'm praying it's going to be over with soon. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.